Hassan was the kind of man who seemed untouchable. At just 42, he was the CEO of one of the fastest-growing tech companies in the country. Sharp suits, endless meetings, private jets. From the outside, he had it all. But deep down, there was one thing missing, someone he hadn't spoken to in over 15 years. That someone was Hussein. Hussein had once been Hassan's closest friend. They had met in college, building dreams side by side, competing in everything, grades, sports, even who could eat the most pizza on a Saturday night. After graduation, both had risen to become CEOs of their own companies, Hassan in technology, Hussein in renewable energy. But success has a way of creating distance. A small disagreement over a joint business project had turned into a heated argument. The words they spoke that day cut deeper than they realized. And just like that, they stopped talking. One rainy night in New York, Hassan was reviewing quarterly reports in his penthouse office when he saw a headline pop up on his phone. Renewable Energy CEO Hussein Khan hospitalized after sudden collapse. Hassan froze. For a moment, the world outside his window disappeared. The city lights blurred, and memories came flooding back. College dorm rooms, laughter, long nights of planning their futures. Without thinking twice, Hassan grabbed his coat and headed for St. Mary's Hospital. When he arrived, the receptionist asked if he was family. "No," he replied quickly, "just an old friend." The nurse explained that Hussein was in intensive care after a severe case of pneumonia that had weakened his immune system. Visitors were restricted, but after a moment of hesitation, she let Hassan through just for a few minutes. When Hassan walked into the dim hospital room, he saw Hussein lying there pale and weak, with an oxygen tube in his nose. He looked nothing like the confident CEO Hassan remembered. Hassan wanted to say something, but the words stuck in his throat. So instead, he placed a bouquet of white lilies, the flowers Hussein's mother used to love, on the table, beside the bed. Then he quietly left. The next night, Hassan returned. Again, he didn't speak to Hussein. He simply left a fresh bouquet of flowers, this time yellow tulips. And the next night, and the next. For 2 weeks, Hassan visited every evening after work. Some nights, he stayed longer, sitting quietly in the chair by the bed, watching his old friend breathe. It wasn't about being seen. It wasn't about fixing the past. It was simply about being there. One Friday night, the nurse approached Hussein as she adjusted his IV. "You know," she said casually, "your friend is very loyal. He's been here every single night." Hussein frowned. "What friend?" "The tall man, dark suit, always brings flowers." "Said his name was Hassan." Hussein's eyes widened. He didn't say anything for a moment. His mind replayed 15 years of silence, broken by a truth he hadn't expected. The next evening, when Hassan walked into the room holding a bouquet of sunflowers, Hussein was sitting up in bed, awake. "Hassan," Hussein said softly. The name hung in the air like an unfinished sentence. Hassan froze. "I didn't want you to feel obligated to talk to me," he said quietly. "I just needed to see you." Hussein looked at the flowers in Hassan's hand. "You always did know how to make an entrance," he said with a small smile. And just like that, the years between them melted away. 3 months later, Hussein was discharged, healthier and stronger. On his first day out, the two friends met for coffee. No suits, no boardrooms, no shareholders. Just Hassan and Hussein, two men who had learned that time is too precious to let pride stand in the way of friendship. As they parted, Hussein said, "Next time, Hassan, let's meet before the hospital." They both laughed. And this time, neither of them looked back. If this story touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you care about. And if you believe friendship is worth fighting for, hit that like button, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, who's the friend you'll reach out to today?